Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another Transformers review. This time I want to take another look at a Reveal the Shield figure, and I think this is my last Reveal the Shield figure. Can't guarantee it, but I think it is the last one I've got. And it is, these bubbles all damaged up, Trax. Turbo Trax. So yeah, check him out. Pretty cool. Got some stuff going on in the background here with reflections. See if I can reduce that. Near. Lots of reflection. There we go. Kind of reduces it a little bit. So here he is, Trax in package. Looks very nice, very cool. Yeah, I was looking forward to this guy. He's pretty cool looking. Trax is one of my more favorite of the characters because he's a little different as far as color scheme and what he does. He's kind of a triple changer, but he's not, which is pretty darn cool. Let's take a look at his packaging. Then we'll take a look at his robot and vehicle mode and do a little bit of comparison here. So here's the packaging. So what he looks like at the top. We got Trax here at the top, which is kind of cool. Now he's got the Reveal the Shield obviously on his chest piece there, which is kind of interesting. We got some pretty decent looking artwork. He always has kind of a knight looking helmet. Looks like his visor could come down and he could be some sort of a knight, which would be a cool Hearts of Steel figure. Yeah, pretty neat. And then we've got him in package here. Here's the vehicle with his two little guns on the top there. Now he's essentially a remold of the Wheeljack figure, which I have recently done, so it's kind of interesting. And they're in two different lines, so that's kind of cool. Looking at the bottom of the package, we've got Turbo Trax, Reveal the Shield, and again, I really like the 3D pop-out. Watch the hub, kids. So that's pretty cool. We got the Reveal the Shield logo over here. He is a deluxe figure. And then, of course, we've got the really cool, I don't know what it is, logo up here at the top, along with the little circuitry on the sides of this type of packaging, which is really cool. And then on the bottom, we've got Fallback. I don't remember that figure. I don't know if he's a Decepticon version of Brawl or Brawn. I don't know. I don't remember that guy. Huh. I'll have to check him out. Interesting. But then we have the back package. Obligatory shot of robot and vehicle. We have Trax in his robot mode. And then here he is in his sports car mode. There are his stats. We'll go over that. Here is his bio for Turbo Trax. If you want to pause and read it, I'll go ahead and go over it. Let's see here. So, bio first. Let's do that. If there's one thing Autobot Trax loves, and it's funny, they call him Autobot Trax here, but it's Turbo Trax everywhere else. Interesting. It's himself. In his opinion, nothing is quite so fine as the glint of the sunlight off his perfectly polished chrome or the look of the humans give his sweet paint job as he rolls by. He's no coward, but if he avoids battle all the same time, if only to protect his precious body from getting scuffed or even worse, dented. And I really, really like that. That's very much kind of Trax, and Sunstreaker was the same way in the old show. Like, they really, really liked their paint jobs. They liked their car modes, and that's pretty cool. And we get to see that with Knockout on the Decepticons in the Transformers Prime cartoon. So that's nice. It's very Gen 1-esque. It's very, very close to the original personality, which I'm really, really digging. His stats: strength of a 6, okay, sure. Intelligence of 4, sure, kind of a blonde, I guess. Speed of a 7, yes. Endurance of a 5, sure, I guess I can see that. Rank of a 3, I think that's a little low. Courage of a 6, sure. Fire blast of 6, okay. And a skill of a 3. Yeah, I could live with that. So, decent looking enough stats, I suppose. So, yeah, there it is. There's the package. Let's get this guy out of here, look at his vehicle mode, and see what it looks like in robot mode. Alright, so here we have Turbo Trax in his vehicle mode, and it's looking pretty smooth. It's very Corvette looking, which is nice, even though it is a generic sports car. Again, very, very good details on this particular vehicle. I mean, it's the Wheeljack mold, and I'll show you the comparisons here in a minute to the Wheeljack vehicle. But, you know, taking a look at it, again, we've got painted headlights. I love that. I wish the fog lamps were painted, but that's okay. We've got a painted grille. Great little flame job going up here on the top. Very reminiscent of the old school. It's a little bit different. It's more tribal tattoo-like in this mode, but we do have our painted vents in there. This camera's probably not going to pick it up all that well. Yeah, a little bit. There you go. You can kind of see it there. We do have silver paint apps on the wheels, which are nice. They're not as cool as the ones that we have on Wheeljack, but they do look nice. Of course, we have his little missiles, or his pipes on the bottom, I guess. We've got the nice door handles. No paint apps on the mirrors, unfortunately. We do have paint apps on the taillights, which is awesome. He does not have any paint apps here on the rear grille like Wheeljack did. Now, one thing that's very nice, the rear trunk key holder is painted in, or it could be, I guess, a vehicle logo. Looks like a trunk key to me. Again, the rear taillights have been nice to have a little paint app in there, a little yellow or something. And unfortunately, his tailpipes back here are just bleh. He does have very nice, very dark, smoky windows that go very well on the painted windows here. Looks very, very cool. We'll get his Autobot logo rub going. He is an Autobot, obviously, so very cool, very neat. Now compare him to Wheeljack. I mean, they're pretty much the same car. The big difference, obviously, paint job, and there is no front spoiler on tracks, and there is no rear spoiler on tracks, as there is on Wheeljack. Okay, so they are a little bit different there. Wheeljack does have the little silver spot back there, too, where the little key to the trunk goes. So that's kind of cool, kind of neat, kind of fun. Now, he does have kind of... I'm going to transform it a little bit here. His third mode, so to speak, we'll adjust this. You want to, it's halfway through transformation mode. You're going to want to take the little missile pieces off here, put those to the side, and all you're going to do is bring the doors down. And I think this is pretty much what the Gen 1 figure did as well. Because in the cartoon, Trax actually had a jet-like mode where he could actually fly. So his Corvette mode had a kind of quasi-jet mode that went on with it. And this one does the same thing. We can even add the missiles back, which this is kind of cool. I like this. You can add your missiles back on. Or if I can get it to click in. There we go. We'll add this one over here, like such. I'll make sure to pull the wings out a little bit. So there you go. Here he is with his quasi jet mode going on. Obviously we have the doors hanging out, and that's really all it is. But it's kind of cool that you can actually do that. Now Wheeljack can do the same thing because he is obviously the same mold, but I mean he never did that in the show, so that's kind of cool that you can still do that to a degree. It'd been nice if the wings would have come up a little bit more, but yeah, it is what it is, kind of thing. So let's take a look at this guy in robot mode. Alright, so here we have Trax in his robot mode, looking very Trax-like. Also looking very Wheeljack-like. So, I mean, he looks good. I'm digging it. They've got his head sculpt perfect, that nice white helmet with the red face, kind of reddish-orange face, always kind of very different for me for an Autobot. His missiles in the back look really cool. Now, unlike Wheeljack, his missiles that go back there can turn into his little monkey wrenches. This is pretty much, that's what you want to leave him as. And it's a slight different mold change. I mean, the wings look a little bit different. If you compare him to Wheeljack, I mean, they're basically the same bloody thing. Now, Trax's wheels, you definitely want to leave up front because that's the way he's supposed to look. Whereas I like to put wheeljacks to the side because you don't really see them in his robot mode in G1. Plus, we get those nice little green accents on wheeljack there, which looks really, really cool. Now, the one thing is they both come with the exact same gun. I don't even know which one's is which at this point. You can, in wheeljacks, his looks better. In fact, I know this is wheeljacks, the one that came with wheeljacks. His looks better on the shoulder cannon, I think. I leave his up on the shoulder cannon and then give him his monkey wrench tailpipes, like so. I just think he looks, I think he looks better with the monkey wrenches and the one shoulder because it looks more Gen 1 to me. However, with tracks, you're going to want to leave those white missiles up there at the top, and they really look like missiles, man. You've got the little piece there, although I don't think they ever launched in the show. He just used them as blasters. But then you can take his other weapon that can turn into a blaster and just put that into his hand. Kind of. I can get it in there. There. Well, it's being fussy. There we go. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave that as a blaster for him and have him hold, or have him with the shoulder mounts on there. I think that looks really cool. Now, the one thing this figure does suffer from, again, the thick legs. I just wish, like in Transformers Prime on Wheeljack, I wish they would fold a little bit, kind of like they did there. But other than that, the figure looks really nice. In fact, I can see them taking the Transformers Prime figure and doing a repaint for tracks. I think that would be really fun. And speaking of fun, just for comparison, here is tracks next to Alternators tracks. So, yeah, they do look a lot alike, which is very cool. Just a little bit smaller than this guy. The head sculpts, very nice, very, very similar. I honestly think this is a better Trax, but he was also more expensive than this Trax was. But yeah, very cool. I think for the price, this is a very good figure. If you missed, you know, the Alternators Trax, this is definitely one to get. This is not a bad Trax figure at all. I really, really dig this. And the one thing this guy has over the Alternators Trax, he has the flames in vehicle mode that the Alternator Trax just did not have. So yeah, all in all, very good figure. I like the little red paint apps on there. Very good use of a remold of the Wheeljack figure, and he also has light piping. So let's see if we can see. There we are. So he's got some nice light piping going on there, and that red face really kind of helps that. So very, very cool, very nice. Highly recommend this figure if you can find him. It's a good Trax figure if you're a Trax fan, especially if you missed the Alternators Trax. So, oh, there's something else I noticed on the back here. Look, we even got some nice red going on the legs there. So all in all, nice detail for these guys. You know what? It'd be nice. It doesn't quite work. I was going to say, it would be nice if those legs could spin around that way to kind of give him a better robot view, but it just doesn't really work that way. So, oh well, that's a little unfortunate. It'd been nice if that would have worked a little bit better. But yeah, there he is, Trax. Definitely recommend picking him up if you can find him. I wouldn't pay much more than retail, but he's definitely a cool figure. So there he is, guys. Thanks for watching.